Hey, can you hear me? Awesome, perfect.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? We're going to begin the webinar in just a moment, but I want to go ahead and thank you for showing up. Eric, if you had to break your neck to get off work for this, I definitely plan on making it valuable for you. Hey, Ken, Rana, Alfredo, Christopher, Vasil, Modi, Matt, Jack, Kyle. Jack, what? Jack, you said, how can you change your name? Why would you want to change your name? You got a great name. I'm a little biased, but I really like the name Jack. Cool, cool. All right, all right. Your name is Devin. Oh, okay. Your name is Jack in the webinar, though, so that's weird. Don't know how that happened. All right, Devin. Don't know how to change your name in the webinar, so I can't help you with that. But excited to share some things with you guys tonight. Going to be talking about the Fibonacci strategy I use in detail. We're going to be reviewing multiple markets. I'm even going to take a look at a couple of crypto markets, which, with the analysis I use, have been incredibly accurate. So it's been interesting to see these algorithms really start working on these newer markets that aren't as mature as the markets that I trade typically. So that's going to be an interesting thing we'll go over here tonight. Just out of curiosity, you guys want to let me know where you're from? I'm from Chicago. Obviously, I'm sure there's some other people in here from Chicago. And I'm sure there's some people in this webinar that are international as well. So, Philly, New York, Chicago, Bronx. All right, a couple of Chicago people. It's getting cold. Hey, Jesse. It's getting cold here. Quad Cities, LA, Connecticut, St. Louis, Allen, Chicago, Austin, Seattle, Atlanta, Denver, all over the place. Cool. Love that. Don't have anybody out of the country yet. I'm surprised. Vegas, Atlanta. Chris, did you come out to our crypto meetup in Vegas? Tennessee, New Mexico, Ohio, Indianapolis, California. More people here from Chicago than any. It's my city is representing all states. London, there we go. There's our first international. France, North Carolina, Texas, Louisiana, Montreal, Turkey. Wow, that's cool. I definitely want to visit Turkey. It's on my to-do list. New Zealand, that is also a place I'd like to go. Very cool. Awesome, guys. Well, first off, just want to thank you guys for taking time out of your busy holiday schedule to come into this presentation tonight. If you don't already have a pen and paper, go ahead and grab one, maybe grab a cup of water, turn off your email, put your cell phone away, shut that off. Give me your undivided attention while I present the Cracking the Hedge Fund Code, Wall Street's Fibonacci Secrets Exposed. I am Jack Leeson. I am the co-founder of Major League Trading. So before we begin, oops, my pointer decided to turn off on me. Must be dead. That's okay. I have a backup. Before we begin, I do have to read a risk disclaimer, as always. Important notice that no representation is being made that the use of this strategy or any system or trading methodology will generate profits. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. There is substantial risk of loss associated with trading securities and options on equities. Only risk capital should be. You're hearing an echo? I'm not in a car. Let me check and make sure my microphone, what microphone it's picking up. Can you guys hear me all right? How's the volume? A couple people said there was an echo. Now you can, okay, now there's sound, right? No matter what, every time we do a web presentation, there's always something fishy. Should be good to go now. No, there you go. Okay, cool. So I just wanted to read that over. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed in this web presentation. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41. Okay, now that the fun stuff is over, let's get into the real fun stuff. So I'm going to start off with this webinar with kind of just some of you guys might have heard me tell this story before, but this is actually how I got into trading education. When in 2011, a friend of mine came to me and said, "Hey, I want you to teach me how to trade. I found a trading competition that I can enter, and and I was like, okay, let me show you what I have. And I began teaching him my Fibonacci sequence and my Fibonacci formula, which he used to focus on currency and index markets. He was 19 years old at the time. And he entered a trading competition with over 300 traders from around the United States. The winner of this competition was back with $150,000 in trading capital and the ability to trade up to 15 lots in the S&P 500, which is over $3 million in notional value. So this was a big deal. If he was going to win this, pretty much it could, give him massive trading capital. So I was like, okay, I will teach you to the best of my ability. I created all this course material for him, and then I let him pretty much trade with me for three weeks. Josh ended up beating out all 300 traders, which I didn't expect. I thought he would do well, but I didn't think he would win because Josh had only been trading up to this point for 6 months, and he beat out 300 traders. The average trader was near twice his age, had 5 times the experience trading the market, and he somehow managed to beat them all using the strategies I taught him. And this is a picture. So when Josh got back by, there were floor brokers out of the CME, and Josh invited me down. He said, hey, I got to bring the guy who taught me. And that's back in 2011. I think I might have taken that on an iPhone 3. Now we got the iPhone 10. So it's a little blurry. But believe it or not, the guy in the blue shirt, dead center, was 19 at the time. He definitely looks a lot older than that. And I think I was 21 or 22 at the time. I don't remember exactly. And he brought me down to the guys who backed and for the competition he won. That's a picture from it. And the truth is, we all start somewhere. And I started trading probably in a similar situation that maybe some of you are in now or some of you were in a couple years ago. But Josh was a full-time student when he started trading. He started mentoring under me only 6 months prior to this competition. He's really not a math prodigy. I would say he's just more of a go-getter. He's got a hustle mentality. He sees something, he puts his work ethic into it, and then achieves goals. And really, what did Josh have that kind of separated himself from that? He had discipline, patience, and he really had the ability to watch me trade for 6 months straight on top of the lessons I taught him. So that set Josh up for that. And there's the post from them. So we all start trading somewhere. This is me at my first quote unquote trading desk. I'm 20 years old in this photo. I had a laptop that I got from my parents for college, and I connected it to a Samsung 22-inch LCD, or I think it might have even been plasma TV at that time, with an HDMI cable, and I traded off that setup for I think 3 years. And that is really the setup I learned to trade on. I have something a little more sophisticated these days, but you don't need a sophisticated charting setup. You don't need, supercomputers to learn how to trade. You really just need the will, some time on your hands, and some passion. So at this point in my life, I was delivering pizzas and learning how to trade. Fast forward a few years, I've done a couple of different things. Traded at a family office down in Austin, Texas, worked for a prop firm in Chicago. So that's kind of the evolution of the trader, right? I went all the way up to 8 screens. Now I'm back to 3. First time I did public teaching was in 2013 with the founder of Thinkorswim, which is a charting software I use. And that guy's name's Tom Sosnoff. So that was kind of my path. It wasn't always easy. There was definitely moments throughout my trading path where I was like, man, this is tough. Should I give it up? But no, I persisted, and it led me to where I am today. And a big part of my own personal trading success, and obviously my entire trading strategy, it revolves around Fibonacci's. So that's what I'm going to teach you guys here today. I want to give you guys the insight into what it is that I do, how I look at the markets, and really all I'm doing is I'm riding the coattails of institutional traders who are running, sophisticated algorithms based on these formulas. And so we're going to go over discovering the Fibonacci trading strategies successful traders use to profit from volatile markets here today. Does Fibonacci's work in the markets, or do Fibonacci's work in the markets? So this is actually a P&L shot, my biggest day ever. And you can see my P&L open. So my P&L open, this was a multi-day trade, but my P&L open on this trade here is, you guys can see it on this screen, $232,000. And that was still to this day the biggest trade I've ever had. But that was off a fib sequence, actually, in Apple. This is back when I was trading stocks and options primarily. And this is actually that trade set up in Apple. Back when Apple was pre-split, you can see it's trading 551. This is a screenshot I took from that video, but I recorded the trade. And so, not only do fibs work in stock markets, not only do fibs work in currency markets and futures markets, etc., Fibonacci's actually work in cryptocurrency markets as well. So I'm going to be going over the strategy that I'm showing you guys here today. It's really going to be up to you how you want to apply it. If you want to apply it in the cryptocurrency market, if you want to apply it in the futures market, if you want to apply it in the Forex market, it does not matter, because this strategy is universal. Does anybody remember the last major drop in Bitcoin? Just because it's such a big thing right now. And I'm not going to speculate on the future of cryptocurrencies, whether it's going to change the world or if it's going to replace the dollar. I'm not here to speculate on that. All I'm here to do is trade and teach you how to trade so we can take advantage of the price movements in the market. The last major dip in the Bitcoin markets was a pullback to 3,000. The pullback to 3,000, all it was a halfway back from the swing low in July. All right, that's all it was, a halfway back from the swing low in July. And I actually talked about that in the room. And I was racing to fund a Bitcoin account for that drop, and I missed it. But there's plenty of more opportunities in other markets. This is Ethereum. This is what's called a series of measured moves, which I'll be talking about here today, where you have a halfway back run to profit target. The first pullback here was in November. That creeped up into profit target. And then that low too high was the next measured move. And that is just hit profit targets here in Ethereum. Everyone, this huge run we've had in Ethereum over the last 3 days, it's all Fibonacci based. The Fibonacci traders picked off the low. You can see this 50% retracement react to the tick. That is the reason we get these massive rallies. It's because there's computer algorithms that are attached to these levels that are buying and selling through automated programs. All right. So why do Fibonacci's work? Well, what Fibonacci's are is they're a naturally occurring mathematical formula that's found in nature. The Fibonacci system I'm going to teach you, though, is specific to market psychology. There's a reason that we pull back and stop at certain levels, and there's a reason when we rally, we also move into new highs and then fail to continue. Now, if you're new to trading and you're just on a demo account and maybe you're trading off random price action, do catch yourself buying at highs only to see the market reverse, or possibly selling into a low and then find out that that was the low of the day and the market continued higher? Do you find yourself exiting positions at the worst time and only to see the trend shoot back in the original direction? Well, that's how market psychology works. That's how market psychology works. When the market falls, people tend to be in a fear mode. They're selling out of positions that they planned on holding for the whole year, but they've only had it for 2 weeks because they see their P&L decline. In the meantime, those levels that we run into can be Fibonacci retracements from swing lows to swing highs, halfway backs, 50% retracements. That is the pain point for your average trader. But for people trained in Fibonacci analysis, they understand that that is the entry level. That is the entry level. And if you've ever been stopped out at lows only to see the market rip higher, or bought a high only to see a dip, that's because of guys like me that understand that Fibonacci is sequence. And let me apologize for that and then explain to you how this sequence works so it does not happen again. This is an example in the currency market, okay? So what we have, every time you have a major rally, what the market will eventually do is pull back into a 50% retracement. That 50% retracement is what I determine to be my buy zone. So I'm not randomly purchasing the market. I'm actually using a mathematical formula to decide to go long. And a lot of times you'll see charts set up just like this. And this is how you know there's programs in here doing the exact same thing I'm teaching you here to do today. So we take the swing low, draw it to the swing high. This blue line is that low to high divided by 2. That low to high divided by 2. And what you'll notice is that low to high, we make a low, a lower low, and then it's not until we actually touch that full 50% retracement does this market completely reverse. And the reason it completely reverses is because there's something called a market if touched order, or an MIT order. Market if touched orders happen when the market pulls back into a specific level. You have institutions and hedge funds who will place orders that say, if this level trades, I want to buy X amount of shares or futures contracts, etc., no matter what the price is. So you'll see these 50% levels trade, and then there will be market orders that will buy up the entire order book, or all of the sell orders will be instantly taken out. On the other side of this is the traders who don't understand that that 50% retracement is there. And as we break into a new low, they have their stop below that low. Unaware that there's support directly below it, they get taken out at the lows only to see the market move right back in the direction they were originally anticipating, which in this case was higher. This is the same setup in oil. Once again, these are setups you're going to see in every single market, cryptocurrencies, commodities, forex, futures, stocks, everything, because it's found in nature and it's a psychological pattern of the markets. You see, you have a significant low to a significant high. You pull back into that 50% retracement. The market completely reverses straight to profit targets. Now, everybody here has maybe got stops below this low, or right at this high, and they're getting taken out. And the people who are premeditating their buy orders, who understand these Fibonacci sequences, are getting long and selling out at these profit targets just a few days later. Same setup in the NASDAQ. This is an index. This is typically the NASDAQ's a tech-based index. It has a higher concentration of technology stocks than the S&P or the Russell or the Dow. Once again, you get a large move. You take that low to high, you divide it by 2. Your 50% retracement is 62.95. We rally all the way to 63.89 in 2 days. In 2 days. That's a 100-point move. Now, this is what we call a series of measured moves. It's when one move completes and then you look for the next entry. So when you have a 50% retracement that pulls back into its support and rotates into profit targets here, you take that low and draw it to high, and that is your next entry. That's at 1286.8. And you can see, once again, there's market participants moving it higher, right on that touch. How else do fibs work? This is a sequence called an extension short. Now, a lot of people don't understand how this works. This is something that I've never seen taught anywhere else, but we teach it here at Major League Trading. When you get a breakdown out of a 50% retracement with that high to low, now this is a short sequence. Before those sequences I was showing you were long. When you get a breakdown out of this high to low, you see how we rotate right up into that 50% retracement? What do you notice when we touch that blue line? What do you guys see happen when that blue line is hit? Need some answers. We instantly reject off of it. That's because, like I said before, there's market if touched orders. Fast reaction, long candle, it dropped absolutely, guys. That is what we call a market if touched order, because there is hedge funds, institutions, algorithms sitting there waiting for that level to touch. And everybody short inside here is stopped out, and their buy stops are being hit into that rejection level, and then we are going down and completing. Now, when we go through profit targets, that's when you begin drawing the low to low, okay? And that is the sequence that I teach. The low to low is then your next entry. And the negative 23% profit target is where you're looking to take it off, okay? So that is another way that fibs work. This is on a higher time frame. Now, what's important for you guys here who are in this webinar who do not have the time to sit at your desk every day and trade, don't worry, because you don't have to sit at your desk every day and trade. You can do what's called swing trading. Okay, there's different time frames for trading, and even if you do have the time to sit at your desk every single day and trade, that doesn't mean you should. Some people's personalities don't mesh with day trading. Some people's personalities work better for longer term trading, and that's what I'm going to show you guys here. For those of you who either are on personal time constraints or just looking to do this not as a day-to-day hobby, but as a long-term wealth growing occupation, these are the types of trading setups you're going to be looking for. We have a halfway back over a daily time frame that runs into the 50% retracement. It moves into its profit target here at the negative 23% profit target. You're going long here, and you're taking the position off here. When you take the position off, you are ready to reload. There is people who see this breakout and assume, and they're going to be buying. For every buyer in the futures market, there has to be a seller. And for every seller, there has to be a buyer. So everybody who's looking at this candle thinking this is a breakout is going to be really filling your position. When you're educated and you understand the way these scenario works, is going to be filling your position. So those are the uneducated investors and traders, the people that Fibonacci sequence traders are looking to sell into. Okay, so once you hit your profit target, your next move is taking that next swing low and drawing to high. This was the previous buy zone. This was the previous target. Now we have a new buy zone and a new profit target. This trade from 49.22 to 54.58 took about a month to complete. It was $5,360 per contract. Okay, how does $5,360 per contract sound for sitting in a position for a month? For sitting in a position a month, all you have to do is be patient. If I give you the tools and the strategies, what you have to do is be patient with the orders and manage your risk. So these are patterns that are going to constantly repeat themselves over and over and over again in the markets. In fact, I just took a position long in gold earlier this week, which I'm already up a couple $1,000s on. It was the 50% retracement from the low of 2016 all the way to the high. This is a series of measured moves. This is the pattern that most traders don't understand. They're looking for head and shoulders. They're looking for wedges. They're using lagging momentum indicators, and they're not focused on a simple mathematical formula that can teach you precise entry and exit scenarios. Right here alone, these two trades that took place, these two trades took place over the course of 2 months and would have netted you $10,000 on one contract. But going back to the whole day trading thing, there's opportunities every single day. Now, those are some of the swing opportunities for those of you who don't have the time, but for those of you who are interested in day trading, learning how to identify when to draw these fibs, because you can't just take a random high to a random low and expect it to work. what you have to do is you have to take a high to a low after a breakdown or breakout. You have to understand how trend forms, the momentum of the trend, and the significance of the draw. You have to ask yourself these questions when you're analyzing your own personal trading. Do you find yourself having trouble looking for an exit, not knowing where to take off a position? Do you find yourself jumping into trades early only to be stopped out before the market moves? And then if you had a better method or had a method that showed you where to enter based on math, would that make you a better trader? Are you looking to learn a formula to eliminate human error by applying system-based rules? And number 5, do you trade the market with the purpose of growing your account, or are you just in it because you got that much free time? There's one reason we all trade: the purpose of growing our accounts. There's no other reason. There is scans to find these candidates for these trade setups. I run these scans every single day. They give me trading setups like this one right here in the S&P 500, where you have a breakdown below a swing low and then a 50% retracement. This is a $600 per contract target. Another intraday trade in oil. These are happening every single day. In fact, they happen in oil today. They happen in the Russell. I can name 5 or 6 different markets off the top of my head where these opportunities present themselves. Australian dollar. For those of you who work during the day and would like to trade at night, Australian dollar, you're going to want to write this down if you work during the day and want to trade at night. The Australian dollar is one of the best pairs to trade because the Australian markets are opening in the evening. Same with the yen, which is the Japanese currency. So based on your time frame and based on your own individual schedule, there will be opportunity in different markets for you to apply these strategies. Gold, another swing trade with a 10,000 point target. I actually want to show you guys this current trade I have on that I took, and it was in my Sunday night video. Ooh, it's kind of big here, but pulling it from a bigger screen. But I just want to show you guys, these are setups that are happening all of the time. I'm up about $1,200 on this, and I haven't touched it since I entered it. Okay, and what this trade is, and these are happening all of the time, this is the low of 2016 too high. 1243.4 is that 50% level, okay? This target is all the way up at 1418. That is over a $20,000 profit. Now, we're a long way to get there, but every time this year, this halfway back has traded to its profit target. This will be, upon completion, the 3rd time this halfway back is held, and I plan on holding this futures contract all the way until rollover, and then I'll roll it over and hopefully gaining $20,000 on just one trade. All you have to do is be patient. Now, trades like that don't come often. Each individual instrument might have 3 or 4 trades a year, but that's all you need to grow an account. If you could make a year's salary in one day, what would stop you? If you could make a year's salary in one day, what would stop you? That's exactly what I did on August 10th. I made over $70,000 in a single day. Now that is what is called a high probability opportunity in time, and those situations are even rarer. Even rarer. Those are trades that put me on vacation. I call those my vacation trades. because after I hit one of those, I can pretty much go anywhere I want in the world. In this case, Bali. Great place. Why are Fibonacci so powerful? In order to thrive in this new market, a trader must learn how to strictly limit risk even in the face of volatile market forces. You have to learn how to grow a smaller account fast by correctly managing trades for maximum income. Fibonacci's give you a defined risk to reward ratio exactly upon entry. This is the secret. Limited risk, high reward, and perfect timing is going to equal your freedom. The hardest part about that is the timing. But understanding and applying a limited risk, high reward situation where every single fib trade you enter has the potential of going 6 times your risk is exactly how you compound the interest in your account. My goal for 2018 is that no matter how volatile the markets get, you will have the skills and confidence to make a consistent living from your trading and investment accounts. And while consistent base hits are a good thing, I want you to be able to pinpoint these high probability opportunities in time. Where if you choose, it is okay to make a larger bet with limited risk to take your account to that next level. That trade where I made $70,000 on, I definitely increased my size. I don't trade that size every day. But I understand that the market gives me a few gifts a year, just a couple of perfect pitches. And I have to be willing to swing, but at the same time, I have to limit my risk. But before you can swing at that perfect pitch, you have to know what it looks like. You cannot swing at every pitch. Home run setups or high probability opportunities in time is exactly that trade that netted me. It was $12,000 of risk. The payout was, I think it was just over $70,000, like 71 or 72,000 total. But my most profitable trade, I had multiple trades on that setup. My most profitable trade was selling the Nadex 2450 strike, where I risked $5 and made a $20 return. I had a 20x return on every $5 I risked. My total risk was $1,000. I had a reward of over $18,000, missing a zero there. That is the high probability opportunity in time. Now, although I had other trades that day, that one returned the most. Now, you're not going to take every trade assuming that you're going to hit that probability. That's why I will stagger my trades. I will take one trade where I have a very low risk, high reward situation, but then I will also take a more conservative trade to cover that loss in case I lose that trade. And understanding when to take these types of trades is what's going to grow your account. Taking these trades without having the skill to develop and understand what a high probability opportunity in time will be death by 1,000 cuts. Reality check. All right? Ask yourself this simple question. Can you say with confidence that you have the tools and knowledge to make the same trade the next time that setup happens? If you do, awesome. If you don't, let me help you. If you have the tools and knowledge to make that same trade the next time that setup happens, awesome. But if you don't, let me help you develop them. Getting in and getting out early. The secret is to be able to anticipate the move, not react to it. It is also important to control the emotions of fear and greed, which always cause people to do the wrong thing at the wrong time. How do you do that? Take the emotion out of it with early warning signals so you can get in early and get out early and move on to the next easy trade. You need to be okay with your risk on every single trade. If you are not okay with your risk on a trade you are taking, and you are sweating bullets and you are staying up through the night, looking at your position, checking your quotes, you need to size down. That will eat you away and destroy your confidence in trading and ruin your ability to develop as a trader over time. Trading is for life. It's really not, I'm going to get rich and stop. This is a compound interest game. You have nothing but time on your side. This is not something where you're going to do for a couple of months, make a bunch of money and quit. This is something where you compound interest, and if you get good enough, maybe you even begin managing friends and family's money. And then you can really start growing. Wouldn't you agree that this is the perfect strategy for newer traders to grow small accounts quickly? Learning how to trade these precise setups because they happen each and every day. I don't like risks. Binary option strategies are safe. No naked selling with unlimited risk. No random assignment of stocks like traditional options. That's why I trade those. You don't need to know anything about binary options, and you don't need to know anything about futures to trade this strategy. You don't need to know anything about cryptocurrencies to trade this strategy. What you do need to know is the strategy. I'm a trader, and for now, I really don't mind sharing what I'm doing. In fact, I love it, and I give out information all of the time. But at some point, I will stop sharing. Why? Because my life will be way easier. I'm on the process of accumulating wealth where I really don't need to do this. I'm not the perfect teacher, and I don't like selling stuff, but I'm very passionate about what I do because I started at the bottom with no knowledge about the markets, and if it wasn't for help from people around me, I wouldn't be where I am. So that's why I like to give back. And I just love trading, and I love connecting with anyone who gets the trading bug. That's why we do meetups everywhere we go. We've done them in LA, Las Vegas, and Chicago this year alone. Never forget though, guys, trading involves risks and profits are not guaranteed. But if you're serious, you know trial and error is the most expensive because it is a waste of time and money. Put the benefit of more than 10,000 hours of screen time that I have using this strategy in your hands, because remember that you can do this too. If you would like to join my course that I am doing on Fibonacci strategies, you can type this link in your browser. It's buythiscourse.com. Simple. And if you are going through the checkout process and need help expediting your order, you can call me. 323-786-2575 or email support@MajorLeagueTrading.com. What to do? Trading isn't a group love fest. It's a competition. Other traders and market makers have one goal and one goal only, and that is to take money from you. My life's work is to help level the playing field when it comes to the markets. I have 20 spots starting December 15th at 8 p.m. Central. That is tomorrow night. I'm going to be teaching the 6 separate Fibonacci setups that I use in great detail. All classes are going to be recorded for lifetime access, and I'm going to include a bonus course on Bitcoin futures trading. Okay? That course is not available yet because I'm letting Bitcoin run for about 2 months so I can pull some information for it, but I'm going to be doing a bonus course for anybody who signs up here tonight for my Bitcoin futures trading class, absolutely free. On top of that, over the next 12 months, I'm going to be giving out weekly swing trade alert videos delivered directly to your email inbox. Every Sunday night, I am going to be going over only the biggest levels that I am looking to take in the futures markets. Okay, that's going to include everything from gold to the S&P to oil to the Japanese yen to Bitcoin futures. And in this video, I'm going to review the lessons in the Fibonacci trading setups that I've taught and show you exactly what I plan on doing that week to set up for a potential swing trade. And now only people in this course are going to get that program. On top of that, I'm going to be doing quarterly private class Fib instructions held in March, June, September, and December that are going to be available to anybody who signs up for this course here tonight. So there's going to be 4 private mentorship classes to answer all of your questions, review the latest markets that are trending, and look for setups to make sure that you guys understand completely what it is that I am teaching in this course. I will leave no stone unturned, no question unanswered. Questions? Will you be lost in over my head? I've been told that I'm a good teacher. After this class, it's my goal that you will have a very simple set of tools that could teach a blind man. They could do this. 90% of the information out there on trading is either useless or isn't necessary or is too conservative for my tastes. What my goal is to eliminate all of the hobnob, all of the noise off the internet and deliver the information to you that I use to trade. How does this class differ from the Nadex course, Trade Room and Bootcamp? In this class, I teach the heart and soul of my strategy, the Fibonacci method. This is the first time I've actually released a full course on the Fibonacci method that I run in the room every single day. I will be teaching the Fibonacci setups that I only teach my most dedicated students that are serious about wanting to learn to trade and are ready to commit. You are going to learn a technique that I have only taught a handful of traders. This is not information that I have ever made public because it is the secret to my method and took me years to develop and many, many, many painful losses before I finally figured it out. If you haven't taken previous courses, the setups in this course will be explained in great detail and thoroughly studied with examples. There's going to be some homework for those of you who are newbie traders to get you up to speed, to show you what the different products are, very basic information. The website you need to go to is www.buythiscourse.com to join. Now you got guys like Tim Marr who say things like, why is the stock market volatile and why volatility hurts and what to do about it. These are the people that don't really understand how to trade. They write articles and blogs all day and they're not in there grinding like I am every single day. I have years and years of experience taken and consolidated and delivered in this course. Is this better than Ala Peters' course? Absolutely. I personally think Ala Peters is a joke. Buythiscourse.com. I'm going to show you guys what brokers I use. If there's any questions about that, I use Nadex, Thinkorswim, and Stage 5. Thinkorswim has the best charts for scanning tools. Nadex is one of 2 CFTC regulated binary brokers in the United States, and Stage 5 is the best dome ladder and overall customer service for futures. So I use Stage 5 for futures as well as Thinkorswim. I'm going to show you how to open accounts in all of these, as well as in the Bitcoin class, the Bitcoin futures trading class. We're going to be going over a little bit about how to get started in cryptocurrencies that aren't actually included in the futures market, so Litecoin, etc. So this is what you're getting. 12 months access of weekly swing trade video alerts right to your email. Right there, that alone is worth more than the entire course. It's a $1,499 value. You're going to get 1 year access to my quarterly private class trade review program that's going to take place in March, June, September, and December. This is a lifetime access class that I plan on doubling my content. This is the first launch ever. This course isn't even out yet. It comes out tomorrow. The content will be doubled by March. I'm going to double the content by March. By then, you'll be through all of the information, have watched it twice, and be thirsty for more. And I'm going to deliver more content to keep you up to speed with the markets as they change. You're going to get my bonus Bitcoin futures trading class in February. And you're going to be able to learn the 6-to-1 risk reward trade that I use to catch the high probability opportunity in time that may be over $70,000 in a day. The total value of this course is $13,494, but you have 2 options here today. You can get started for $0 down or a one-time payment of $987. If you want to get started for $0 down, you can purchase this course over the next 6 months using PayPal credit. Just go to buythiscourse.com and submit your application to PayPal credit, and you can pay it off as a monthly thing. There's 0 interest for 6 months. So that would work out to just over what, 100 and something bucks a month, 150 or so dollars a month. Or you can do a one-time payment of $987 here today. And I'm going to take the next 20 spots. Buythiscourse.com is all you need. The complete Fibonacci trading course is what this is going to be called. The Fibonacci Mastery Course. You are going to learn the traditional Fibonacci short, the extension short, the traditional Fibonacci long, extension long, same anchor new high, same anchor new low, and extension to extension. All this information is going to be available immediately tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Okay? We're also going to introduce you to the futures trading strategies with Stage 5. I'm going to show you how to use their software. So if you've never traded futures before, you're absolutely up to speed on the latest strategies using a depth of market ladder. OCO orders. The complete Fibonacci course is now available, and let me know. Bigger release in the new Star Wars for me. Super excited. Awesome. Would this course be suitable for someone completely new to trading? Absolutely. In fact, if you're completely new to trading, you're in an incredibly good situation because you're coming in with open eyes. And because you're coming in with open eyes, you haven't been taught terrible strategies like lagging momentum indicators. You were taught everything the way it should be taught from the beginning. It's like going to college and being able to skip all the silly courses that they just make you take and charge you $40,000 a year to learn about global political affairs in history when you're trying to get a degree in engineering. Awesome, Mark. Super excited to I've been working on this all week, putting some last touches together. If there's any questions you guys have for me, let me know, or feel free to email in. Also, you can text that number that I gave out before. It's 323-STOCKS-5. And if there's any questions for me, go ahead and let me know, guys. Otherwise, I hope you all enjoyed this webinar and took some notes on this Fibonacci trading strategy. This is the best Christmas present, Mark. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Yes, Rana. It's available tomorrow at 8 p.m., so you'll be able to watch it all weekend. DeMario, yes, this course will be available after this. However, once I double the content, it will go up in price. Is the course live tomorrow night or recorded? Bill, it is going to be a recorded class with recorded material. The only live part of this course is going to be the 4 private mentoring lessons we're going to do throughout the entire year. And so what I'm going to include with those weekly, so there's also going to be those weekly swing trade alert videos. I mean, had you just taken my weekly swing trade alert from the beginning of this week with one contract in gold, just one contract, you would have paid for this entire course and some. Paul, you will be able to access the course at any point in time. There's also downloadable PDFs for you to save and print out. I can't guarantee that this offer will be available later on because we're only taking 20 spots. And for the first 10 spots who buy today, I'm going to do a 15-minute consultation, and there's only 3 spots left. So if any of you would like that 15-minute consultation and you're ready to sign up here today, After you sign up, just forward me your receipt with your telephone number, and we will set up that telephone call. Jared, what you can do is you can buy using PayPal credit at buythiscourse.com. This course will be available at a later point in time, but after I double the course information and these last 20 spots are filled, the course price will move up, but it will be available. I can only guarantee it's going to be available for $987 today. And if you buy and you're one of the next 3, you are going to get a 15-minute consultation with me. Derek, shoot me an email. Okay, when do we get our login info? You're just going to log in. The course is not going to be up until tomorrow at 8 o'clock, but you'll have your login information delivered directly to your computer right away. So you'll get it right away, but the course is going to be up tomorrow. It's not even up yet. It'll be up tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Might be sooner. Awesome, Alex. Happy to hear that. Yeah, Douglas, you just click go to buythiscourse.com and then you click down on the PayPal information. That's really a great option if you want to break it up. I mean, it is so valuable. It's like $150 a month, I think it comes out to, somewhere around there, which is really nothing for this course. Like I said, if you would have just taken the one trade this week from the swing chart, you would have paid for the entire course. Just one trade would have paid for the entire course. Yep. Awesome, Jared. Happy to hear that. All right, guys, I have now one spot left for the 15-minute consultation. Roderick just saw your order, so we're going to be setting up those phone calls here. We'll get them all done by January. It's going to take them a while. It's going to take me a while. Cool, Rob. Awesome. Mark says he bought it back in October and already paid it off with profits from Nadex. That's the goal. If you're an active trader, you should easily be able to pay off this course with your profits. And Mark, I'm sure you exercise some patience and discipline with that as well. So good job. Cool, Douglas. Tim, it's the course. Everything else is a bonus. Just the course, it's all the same. You can't just buy. I mean, you can just look at the fib stuff, but I don't have like a discounted price for just the fib stuff. I honestly just throw all that bonus stuff in because I want to over deliver on the value of this course. This, Paul, this is actually surrounding the primary concentration of this course is futures, forex, but it can be applied to Nadex as well. It can. The thing is, I'm teaching you a strategy using. So the swing trades are going to be levels. They can be taken on Nadex, but they're going to be weekly swing trades. So you'd be looking at like weekly binary options, which also would have paid out very well had you taken the trade from this week. But regardless of what you're trading, this course is going to help you understand the arithmetic of the market. If you do an 8x all the time, this will really help you. If you do futures, it'll help you as well. What's up, James? Devin, this is the first time I've completely divulged in to my Fibonacci trading strategy. You're going to learn exactly how I identify same anchor new high, same anchor new low, extension long, extension short, traditional long, and traditional short. Those are the 6 base trades of this. They're all math based. And on top of that, we're going to be including the cryptocurrency bonus course. But the way I draw and the way I'm teaching here in this course, I haven't taught in the other courses. You can use it on MT4, Daniel. It does not matter if you use Thinkorswim. The only benefit of using Thinkorswim is when I share my levels in the room. That's really why I use Thinkorswim, because I can draw levels on my chart, and then I take the link, and then we email it out, and then every level I draw on my chart, you can have on your chart. You don't need to use Thinkorswim, though. That's just the benefit of using Thinkorswim. However, it's not necessary. James says, I know how well this setup is, looking to find the setup. So I know, James, you've been following, you're really active in the room, and I always appreciate your participation. But to me, this is my own little pet project. All of 2018, I am concentrated on making this the best course for Major League Trading. I just want, I want this to be the course that takes people to the next level. I am going to be putting so much of my heart, soul, and effort into this course to take traders to the next level, on top of delivering just weekly content that keeps you guys on your toes with the best setups and what's going on with the market. I am so excited for this course. Anybody that gets in it, you're going to be in a small group that is really just going to bond over knowing how the market moves and being able to see these setups in advance. I am so excited for this. I am seriously just shaking because I have spent so much time, and I am going to deliver all of this information in this course. This is going to be the best course that I have ever created at Major League Trading, and I'm happy for anybody in it because I know it is going to change the way you look at markets. Absolutely, hands down. But with that being said, guys, I do have to get going here, and I appreciate all of your time today. And I hope you all have a great week trading. And I'm super excited for this course to launch tomorrow. Thank you guys, and take care.